Previously, in the dungeon of the Mad Mage, the party had a dilemma. They had made a deal with Skella Iron Eye to get her into the heart of the mountain. But her ultimate goal had been to obtain the artifact of the same name. The party had even gone so far as to negotiate terms of use for the artifact in anticipation of finding it. And find it they did. But it wasn't where they thought it would be. And that put them in an interesting, if morally gray area. Technically, if they got Skella into the mountain's heart, they would be fulfilling their end of the bargain, whether or not Skella actually got a hold of the heart. But the party knew that Skella's grip on Clan Iron Eye was slipping. There was definitely the chance that this all went south. They could be upfront and try to negotiate from a position of power. They could be closed-lipped and play innocent when the artifact wasn't found within the heart. Perhaps they could be secretive and try to negotiate with Skella unknown to the rest of the clan. There were a lot of ways this could play out. Bones was struck with greed. He wanted the heart for himself. He didn't necessarily want to fight or to harm anyone, but his greed drove him to strategic positions that were tenuous at best. Ashes and Ezrah both had little stake in the situation, though they seemed to prefer a peaceful resolution that didn't result in them or anyone else dying. And finally, there was Matashtai. The monk absolutely wanted to avoid a violent resolution, especially since it had been he that had made the blood oath with Skella. But in truth, Matt was also worried. One of the artifacts of his long quest was here, in the heart of the mountain. Well, what happened if a Dwargar claimed it? Ultimately, the party chose to remain close-lipped, to present the hand of the king and make their way into the heart of the mountain. Bones pushed for this, knowing there was a good chance that Clan Iron Eye would turn on them, but blindly hoping he could keep the heart of the mountain his secret and avoid conflict with the Dwargar. And Matashtai supported this plan, out of concern for himself and for his quest. Initially, Skella and the clan were elated. A great crowd formed around the entry as Matashtai and Bones led the way, pressing the hand of the king against the doors and gaining access to the heart of the mountain. Matashtai found his artifact here, a helm, and he was relieved. But in the moments that followed, the clan's elation began to sour. There was nothing else here. The party was able to stave off this turn in temperament for a moment by suggesting that there might be a secret door or something like that. But ultimately, the Iron Eye's mood turned. And Stone, the second in command, began to accuse the party of lying, of hiding something. Skella tried to deflect the accusations, but she had nothing to support her stance. The party had given her nothing to work with. Bones, realizing they were stuck, tried once more to play innocent by pulling random items from his bag. But it was too late. The situation turned. Stone took control, and she ordered Clan Iron Eye and its cloakers to kill the party. Skella broke down, clearly torn between friendship, fear, and a host of other reasons. She stood there, unable to do more. The battle was difficult for the party to begin with. They were surrounded, hemmed in. Ezrah took some pretty vicious blows starting out. Ultimately, though, with the use of some greater invisibility, the party began to overwhelm the Dwargar. Stone, Flea, Cage were all especially fierce opponents, as were the two cloakers. In truth, This might have been an impossible fight for the party if it had happened when they first met Clan Iron Eye. But the party, as always, had been getting stronger, more skilled, more deadly, and now with more allies. It also made a difference that the clan didn't have its leader, and they clearly suffered for it. Ultimately, the battle ended, with Cage's mech exploding, all the Dwargar but Skella dead, and a palpable air of regret. In the aftermath, Skella tried to make sense of what had happened. It was clear that she was conflicted, distraught, if unsurprised by her friends turning on her, horrified over their deaths, and unsure whether she had been lied to. Matashtai told her the truth. The deal they made had been honored, but only in the strictest sense of the term. That moment, in truth, seemed to break Skella. She stumbled away, leaving Azraq's dagger, or exiting the nave of the heart of the mountain, having lost everything. The party, in turn, set about looting the place, moving the bodies from the heart of the mountain, identifying magic items, and preparing for a much-needed long rest. Short, for them, it was a Wednesday. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.